I created an emergency content plan full of unlimited ideas that I can use to show up consistently no matter what's going on in my life. And I'm going to share my tips, secrets, and hacks so you can have endless content ideas too. And make sure you stay till the end because I have an extra free resource that I really want to share with you. Here's why I'm doing this. Last month, I gave myself a challenge to consistently post multiple times a day, every single day across all of my platforms. And I did it until I went on a business retreat. I made it till the 24th of the month, being consistent with my goal. Then when I went on this retreat, I found myself wanting to be present in the moment. And as online entrepreneurs, I think we need to take advantage of those times where we really can be present and disconnect a little bit from the social media platforms while maintaining our presence. And I have another retreat coming up later this month, so it's really important that I hit this out of the park so that I can be present while I'm at my business retreat and maintain my online presence in the process. And by the way, even though I missed posting 2 days last month, I still grew my audience by over 1,000 followers and saw increased engagement and sales. But to hit my goals this month, I need to post daily or multiple times a day because my analytics show that all of my metrics, my followers, my engagement, and yes, my sales increase the more I post. Here's how I'm using tools and hacks to build my emergency content plan. The first tool that has given me a wealth of ideas is ChatGPT, but most people are using it the wrong way. If you're just using it to generate tips, tricks, and how to post, you're probably going to sound like everybody else who's using ChatGPT to do the same thing. Instead, I want you to use emotion to drive the topics. I started by describing my ideal client to ChatGPT and asked it for the common pain points that my ideal client was feeling. Then it gave me a really robust list of pain points. I was super impressed. Now, instead of just throwing tips and tricks at people that nobody even asked for, I'm speaking to the real problems and pain points of my clients and offering them solutions. That's going to build trust and make them more likely to keep coming back for more. Then, for each individual pain point that ChatGPT gave me, I asked it to generate 10 different potential hooks or headlines that I could use for social media posts. For example, I said, give me 10 TikTok hooks for someone who wants to build a personal brand but is feeling really confused about their message. From the 10 headlines or hooks that it generated, I usually got at least 5 or 6 really juicy content ideas. So I started to put them into a Notion board where I'm housing my emergency content plan. I ended up with over 40 headlines just using this method. Then I went back to ChatGPT, gave it the headline it had written me, and asked it to create a TikTok script based on the headlines. Initially, what it gave me was pretty vanilla, but I told it to make it more engaging and more likely to go viral. The result got even better. Then I told it to agitate the pain points or use fear to hook people in. By this point, I was working with some pretty juicy scripts, and they were ready to go into my emergency content bank, but I didn't stop there. Next, I downloaded a free Chrome extension called Keywords Everywhere. This is a super powerful tool for generating content ideas because it helps you see what people are already searching for. And if people are already searching for it, you know it's content they really want. So it tends to perform really well. You can use this by starting to Google a keyword for your niche. You'll notice that Google itself gives you a section for people also ask. This is already a great tool to use for generating content ideas. But if you scroll down and look at the Keywords Everywhere extension, it will give you more related searches, more things people are also searching for, and long tail keyword search terms. This gives you a ton of content ideas that you know people really want. That's why they're searching for it. The next tool I want to share with you for generating endless content ideas and building an emergency content plan is Amazon book reviews. I love Amazon book reviews because of the insane amount of market research you can get. All you have to do is simply search for books on your topic or in your niche. There you'll find what people liked, what they didn't like, and what they thought was missing. This is the best place to look for gaps in what people should be talking about more that you can start talking about in your content to stand out in the market. The next tool that I'm going to utilize to generate endless content ideas are YouTube comments. Similar to Amazon reviews, People talk about what they like and what they didn't like in YouTube comments, which means this is a prime place for you to discover topics that you have a polarizing opinion about. Sharing polarizing content is probably one of the fastest ways to gain traction on social media. But I know that I've had the experience of not even realizing that an opinion that I had in my field or in my niche was polarizing until I posted about it. So it can sometimes be hard to intentionally come up with these ideas rather than stumbling on something you had no idea would blow up. Enter YouTube comments. You will see people saying things that you absolutely do not agree with and can make a video on it. So I'm looking at a YouTube video from a major creator. In this case, it's Gary Vee, but anyone with a large audience that is in your niche would work for you. And I'm seeing some things that I definitely don't agree with written in the comments. So I'm just gonna add those to my list of ideas because I know these are opportunities for me to say something that some people are going to disagree with, and that's actually going to help me get more traction on my social accounts. This makes me really excited. All right, the next tool I'm using for endless content ideas is Answer the Public. The funny story about this is I recently made a Facebook post where I said that I thought sharing this tip was overused and overplayed. And that post got a ton of responses from people asking, what's Answer the Public? This tool allows you to put in a keyword or words and get a list of commonly asked questions around it. It's really a great place to start brainstorming content ideas. Just make sure that you're speaking to the emotion or pain point behind the questions because people buy on emotion. And I want you to have a profitable personal brand. So I'm taking these questions and I'm adding them to my big endless idea bank, and I'm going to remember to add emotion, or if I'm using ChatGPT to generate my posts, make sure I'm telling it to agitate the pain points or the fear. Okay, the next tool is something you are almost certainly overlooking, and that is right here. It's your phone, it's your camera. And I know you're thinking I'm crazy because you're already using your phone, but you could be using it so much more. I actually have my incredible YouTube strategist and editor to thank for this, because I've been working with him to start shooting more of my original B-roll instead of using so much stock B-roll. I've been in the practice of just taking footage everywhere I go. While I'm walking through the airport or the mall or taking a walk, or even the other day when I took my daughter out for rolled ice cream and I asked him if I could film him making it. All of this means that I have a ton of banked footage on my phone, and I've discovered that people love voiceover content. I can take any of that video footage and add a voiceover to it and make a really lazy, face-free piece of content. And so far, they've actually performed really well for me. The other piece that makes this so powerful is that I've already been keeping a bank of written posts. So now I can take my giant bank of written posts and use them as a script to create these voiceovers on this video footage that I'm taking just as I'm living my life. That way, I'm getting more mileage out of the copy that I do write and giving myself a break from being in front of the camera. You see, all of these tools and having this endless stream of content ideas in your emergency plan is great. But as humans, I feel like we need support, community, and accountability to show up really consistently and reach our social media goals. I created a free accountability group on Facebook so we can show up big on social media together and build our profitable personal brand. So if you want to show up as your boldest, brightest self consistently, get the link in the comments and join us in the group.